drooling.
You want to?
The movie kicks off with a haunting image, a young man named Sammy walking toward a small church. His shirt is stained with blood, and he's clutching a broken guitar. The pastor, Jedediah, who's also Sammy's father, rushes to him. His father, shaken to the core, starts preaching hard, trying to save the boy's soul. He tells him to swear right then that he's done. Then, the story jumps back to the day before. We see a cotton plantation. Sammy works there alongside his family, but his mind is elsewhere, dreaming of escaping this life and living something bigger. Meanwhile, two brothers, Smoke and Stack, return to their hometown of Clarksdale, Mississippi after years in Chicago, where they made serious money working for the mob. They meet with local landowner Hogwood and buy an abandoned sawmill, planning to turn it into a lively juke joint. The brothers warn Hogwood straight up, if the Ku Klux Klan tries to mess with their place, they'll fight back hard. Hogwood thinks they're overreacting. They stop by their uncle Jedediah's place and invite Sammy to play guitar for the opening. Jedediah doesn't approve, but Sammy promises to be back in time for Sunday service. On the ride, Sammy asks about Chicago.
So tell me about Chicago.
Chicago ain't shit but Mississippi with tall buildings instead of plantation.
At the end of the trip, they uncover a truck hidden in the brush full of stolen Irish beer and Italian wine. The brothers are clearly already in deep with shady dealings. Smoke heads into town for supplies, while Stack takes Sammy to find musicians and a doorman. During the drive, Sammy plays a tune for Stack. Stack is blown away. Sammy asks about their childhood, and Stack reveals a dark truth.
Y'all really kill him?
Smoke did. Our daddy knocked me unconscious. By the time I came to, Smoke was halfway done burning.
Their first stop is the train station, where they convince local musician Delta Slim to play. Sammy also notices a beautiful woman named Pearl and invites her to the joint. Things take a turn when Stack runs into an old flame, Mary. She's married now, but still has feelings for him. She's hurt that he vanished from her life without a word. Stack coldly tells her to leave, but when Mary mentions her mother has died, he's visibly shaken. Later, they recruit Cornbread as the doorman after his wife convinces him. Meanwhile, Smoke makes deals with local grocers Grace and Bo Chow for food and a custom sign. He then visits his lover Annie. After paying respects to their late daughter, he returns the protective mojo bag she once gave him. Annie blesses it again, and Smoke asks her to work the bar that night. She says no at first, but after a heartfelt moment, she agrees. The film then cuts to Remick, a pale man whose skin burns in sunlight. He finds shelter in a married couple's home, Bert and Joan claiming Native Americans are after him. At first suspicious, they accept his gold and hide him. But soon Joan finds her husband dead and Remick grinning with glowing red eyes and fangs. Moments later, Bert rises too, a vampire now. Joan screams, but it's too late. Night falls. The juke joint opens. The place quickly fills up. People are dancing, drinking, and having a good time. Pearl shows up, making Sammy smile. Mary arrives too, and Stack tells her to leave. She refuses, saying she just wants to be with her people. Sammy takes the stage with Delta Slim, and their music is electric. The sound feels magical, as if it's connecting past, present, and future all at once. The crowd loves it. Right then, Remick, Bert, and Joan show up at the door. They offer to pay and even play music.
Don't mind us coming in now, would you?
I think y'all in the wrong place.
You just came here to play, spend some money, have a good time.
I'm saying you get down that road, you get back into town.
We learn here that vampires can't enter without an invitation. After his performance, Sammy takes Pearl to a private room, and the two get intimate. Stack hears them, but decides to leave them alone. Later, Smoke tells Stack they're low on cash and need a financial boost soon. Stack confides this to Mary, who suggests asking Remick and his crew for help. Stack warns against it, but Mary insists. She meets them outside. They show her strange gold coins. When Remick reveals his fangs, she panics and pulls her gun, but before she can react further, he bites her. Mary is now a vampire. Mary returns to the club. Cornbread, unaware of the danger, lets her in. She seduces Stack with a dance and pulls him into a side room. They start making love, but then she sinks her teeth into his neck. Smoke comes looking for him. He opens the door to find Stack bleeding out, Mary feeding on him. Shocked, he pulls his gun and shoots her, but she rises like nothing happened. She mocks him, says everyone in the club will die tonight, then vanishes into the darkness. People rush over to find Stack bleeding in his brother's arms. Smoke's doing everything he can to save his brother, but nothing works. Stack dies right there in his arms, taking his last breath. Slim steps forward, his voice heavy. Party's over. He tells everyone to go home. Sammy's crushed. He blames himself, thinking maybe he could have stopped it. Annie's face changes. She starts putting the pieces together. She tells Smoke straight. A woman gets shot full of holes and just stands back up like nothing happened? That ain't human. That's something else. She begs him to stay inside the bar no matter what.
We gotta keep everybody inside and a dead body out.
This ain't no dead body. You got any magic to bring my brother back?
I can't, I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, the Chow family's packing up to leave. Their daughter's waiting for them at home, and whatever's coming next might be worse than what they've already seen. Cornbread strolls back to his post. I just went to the bathroom, he says, looking at the chaos. He tries to get closer to Stack's body, but the others block him. Annie's watching him close.
If one of them white folks out there kill you and you a hate now.
You've been in and out of here all day. Ain't never need an invite then. Can I at least get my money?
Then they hear it. From the room where Stack's body is kept comes Stack's voice. Smooth, familiar, like nothing happened. Pulls Smoke toward the door. Stack says he was just scared, that he's lost blood, but he's feeling better now. But everyone knows that's not Stack anymore. Smoke still wants to believe. He searches for the key to let him out. But before he can, the door explodes open. Annie's there in a flash, splashing vinegar in the creature's face. The thing hisses and bolts. Annie turns to the group, voice sharp. They're vampires. Grace's hands are shaking. Her husband went out to get the car and hasn't come back. No one's letting her go outside. Annie lays it out. To fight them, they'll need garlic, wooden stakes, silver, holy water. She's never fought one herself, but she's heard the stories. And no, they can't bring back the people they've lost. The only option is to kill every last vamp before the vamps kill them. Sunlight will burn them. A wooden stake through the heart will finish them for good. But Smoke can't imagine staking his own brother. Sammy starts blaming himself again. His father warned him if he played music for the devil would come looking. Later, Annie pulls Smoke aside. She begs him if she gets bitten, he has to take her out. She wants to be with their daughter in heaven. Smoke swears nothing will happen to her. Then a scream cuts through the air. They found another body in the bar. They drag it out before it wakes. But outside, they see the truth. The vamps have already turned almost everyone. They're gathered together, laughing, dancing, soaked in blood from a fresh feast. Inside, Annie starts passing out garlic. Everyone has to eat it. Pearline refuses, says she hates the taste. Smoke pulls his gun. Eat it, or I pull the trigger. Sammy tries to defend her, but Smoke's firm. Pearline swallows it. Then it's Slim's turn. He fidgets, says he's just had too much to drink. No one's sure who turned the man they found earlier. They go check the spot where they found him. The blood they saw before was wine. Then they hear a knock. The man's outside, begging to be let in. But when they open the door, Cornbread's already on him, fangs in his throat. Bo arrives and tells his wife it's time to go, but she knows it's too late. Her husband's gone. Not long after, Remick walks in. He looks around at the chaos and starts talking like what's happening is the best thing that could have happened. But when he hints at going after Grace's daughter, her face changes. Then he turns his attention to Sammy, says he's the real target. Sammy's special gift, that rare magic in him, could even bring back the dead. Remick offers a deal. Give him Sammy, and the rest can live. Sammy's ready to give himself up, but nobody's letting that happen. Then Remick drops another bomb. The man who sold Smoke the property? He's one of the top dogs in the Ku Klux Klan, a group that's been plotting to kill people of color for years. They were planning to take out the twins that very day. When Remick showed up at that couple's place earlier, he knew right away they were part of the same rotten bunch. Right then, Stack appears in front of Smoke, saying Remick's telling the truth, he's seen his memories. They tell Smoke it's time to pay Hogwood a visit. Stack reminds his brother they always dreamed of being free and now they can be. He begs him to come along, saying he can't exist without him. Smoke's about to give in, but the others stop him. They all lock themselves back inside the bar. Grace is falling apart. She's scared for her daughter and keeps pushing everyone to fight back before it's too late, but no one shares her urgency. Then they notice the vampires are surrounding the bar. When Grace almost loses it and says she'll let them in, Remick takes it as an invitation. The group scrambles to gear up. The second the vamps step inside, chaos explodes. The group rushes Sammy out the back. Slim throws himself at the vamps, buying them time. But just as Sammy's escaping, Remick appears and catches him off guard. Stack lunges at Smoke, but before Sammy can get bitten, Perline jumps in and takes the bite for him. Sammy has no choice, he runs. He runs until sunrise, but Remick catches him, knocking him to the ground. Sammy's terrified. He starts praying. Strangely, Remick prays with him. Meanwhile, back in the cantina, the twins are still fighting like hell. Smoke finally loses patience. He goes all in, overpowering Stack. He apologizes for not saving him, though Stack knows he could have tried harder. Out of nowhere, Sammy charges in, grabs the guitar from the lake, and smashes it into Remick's skull. The silver decoration burns like fire. Remick rips it out and lunges for Sammy's neck, but Smoke drives a wooden stake into his chest. As the sun rises, the vampires start to burn. Remick can't escape. The flames consume him. Our heroes make it out alive. Smoke tells Sammy to bury the guitar, it was his father's. They say goodbye, knowing they're going separate ways. Sammy walks with his father toward the church. Smoke remembers the best days with his brother and Annie's death. Then, the Ku Klux Klan shows up. Smoke's ready. With his best weapons loaded, he takes them out one by one before they can even get close. Not a single one makes it out alive. But then, a bullet finds him. He's bleeding out. Through the haze, he sees Annie and their daughter waiting for him. He takes out the last racist standing, then lets himself go to join them. And Sammy? He follows his passion. He moves to Chicago and spends the rest of his days making music, growing old doing the one thing he loves most. This is Sinners, 2025. Not just a scary movie, but a dark blue story wrapped in blood and truth. It doesn't explain. It doesn't comfort. It just shows. People fighting monsters, both real and in their hearts. A song turned into a nightmare. If you like horror with music, history, and heart, Sinners is worth watching.